students. I hope you all are keeping fine, doing well, doing your homework daily. So we were learning in the previous lecture about a gift of chapels. We have completed the first comprehension. Also we have completed the first comprehension question answers. Okay, हमने सब कुछ किया है. Today we are starting our second comprehension, a gift of chapels from the page number 22. From the page number 22, there is a comprehension check. After that, second comprehension begins. Okay? Those who are not having the book, please tell me so that I can send you a PDF of it. And please inquire in the and buy it. So, please be attentive. Keep the fingers. Already almost the word meanings I have written on the board. Okay, so after the end of the session, you can take a snap and please write it down. So, Meethook cat crept up to the window. Crept means crawled. You see, went near the window. Lali was sitting a little distance away. So, Lali was sitting little distance away. Awkwardly, holding her violin and bursting. Holding her violin and she was boasting. Awkwardly means in an unseemly manner. Like she doesn't like to learn the violin from the music master. Her elbows jutting out and her eyes glazed with concentration. She was jutting out means projecting. She is trying to fix her eyes on the violin where the music master is playing. In front of her, with most of his back to the window, was the bony figure. So, from where the Mridu was looking and just near the window, leaning there, a man was sitting. So, the description she is describing about the music master. In front of her, with the most of his back to the window, was a bony figure. Bony figure means skinny, very thin fellow. Bony figure of the music master. He had mostly bald head. Bald means without hair. Okay, without the hair. He has no hair on his head. A fringe of oiled black hair falling around his ears and an old-fashioned tuft. Tuft means a cluster of hair. Okay, some type of little bit old type of man. You can see in the picture on the page number 23 the picture of how the Mridu, Ravi and Meena is looking through the window, the way Lali is sitting and the way the music master is sitting, and they have described what type of music master, about his skin, his body and his hair they have described about it. A gold chain gleamed around his leathery neck, around his neck with the leather, no, like a leather chain is put around his neck. And a diamond ring glittered on his hand and is glided up and down the stem of the violin. Glided, okay, moved smoothly. You have seen the violin and the way, see, you can see the music master with the stem, with the stick he is playing the very softly, trying to play the violin. And he was beating time on the floor with the scrawny big toe. Scrawny. With his leg, he is there. He is beating with his leg on the ground. He played a few notes. So, the music master played a few notes. Lali stumbled behind him on her violin. So, Lali was trembling little bit. Trembled means went on steadily, means without any knowledge she is simply playing on the violin. Lali stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless and unhappy on her hands. Actually, the music master was going on playing, so the Lali was not knowing how to play. And what happened? Uneasily, without any support, without any help, helpless, she was going on playing on the violin. What a difference! The music master notes seems to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. So, the Mridu is telling the melody is not coming because it is going out of the track. Float up means तैरना बोलते हैं ना. Float up, settle perfectly into the invisible tracks. Invisible means unseen tracks. It is floating up, without any melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along. Like we learned, like a train is going out of the track. Like that sound was coming in the first paragraph. We heard a whizzing sound was coming, and the cat also was frightened. Mridu too was frightened. It was going out of track. So the train is going out of track and the whizzing sound is coming. That type of sound is coming without any melody. Mridu stared at the huge bringed hand moving effortlessly. Okay? Effortlessly it is moving off the violin stem, making lovely music. Okay? So, ring. The music master is wearing a ring. So, ring is making a sound. Ring moving effortlessly up the violin stem, making lovely music. Squawk. Squawk. Meaning of squawk. Okay? Very easily. There was a Lali drilling again. Drilling means effortlessly. She was not knowing what to do. Amma came away from a gate. Whale sound came from a gate. Means a very poor sound came from a gate. Amma, oh, Ravi, send that beggar away. So, the Ravi's mother is telling, please send that beggar away. Actually, on the gate, the beggar has come. And mother is telling, send that beggar away. Cried his mother from the back veranda, corridor, okay? Where she was chatting. With whom she was chatting means talking. Chatting with Tapi. Tapi means a grandmother. He has been coming here every day for the past week, and it's time he found another house to beg from. Pati explained to Tapi. So Pati is telling to Tapi that since last week he is coming here for the begging, and now again he has found another house for begging. Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home. He had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk, apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the alarms to appear. The alarms is given in charity. Given in chat means the food which is left over we give to the beggars coming or poor people nearby us. So already when the Mridu, Meena and Ravi went near the gate, they saw that the beggar was already in the garden. He was settling under a neem tree, taking snooze means taking little while rest and waiting for the house people to give something to eat. Apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the alarms to appear. Go away, said Ravi sternly. Sternly means in harsh voice. With little bit, harshly he said. Please go away from him. My Pati says it's time you found another house to beg from. So my mother says it is now time for you to find out another house for begging. Because since last week the beggar was begging in the same house. The beggar opened his eyes very wide and gazed at each of the children only one by one. So gaze, he was looking very poor with a lot of poor eyes. He was looking at the children one by one. The ladies of this house, he said, at last in a voice choked with feeling, are very kind souls. I have kept my body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. So, looking at with the poor eyes, he is telling to the children, the lady of these houses are very good. They have looked after me since last week. Because of their food only, I have survived till now. I cannot believe that they would turn me away. So, I am not believing that they are asking me to go away from here. He raised his voice, Amma, Amma, oh. Sad his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. It began in a deep, strong rumble somewhere in his withered belly and came booming out of his mouth, with its few remaining teeth stained brown with the battle chewing. So he said that he raised his voice, Amma, Amma, oh. He's so very hungry maybe. So he's calling, Amma, Amma, give me something to eat. His stomach is very empty. And when our stomach is empty, lot of sound comes from our stomach. The same sound is coming from his stomach. Okay, and came booming out of his mouth. So it came out of his mouth. Maybe if we can imagine that maybe the gas problem, no? When there is no food in our stomach, the gas fills in the air fills with our stomach and the gas problem takes. So Ravi tell him there is nothing left in the kitchen, called Rukumani, and he is not to come again. Tell him that she sounded fed up. She was fed up means tired. Now Rukumani was tired of this beggar since last week he was coming here and they were feeding him. So getting a good charity from them, the beggar was continuously coming and asking for the food. So the Rukumani was fed up with them and said that there is no food left in the kitchen that I can give him today. Ravi didn't have to repeat it all to the beggar. With his mother said had been easy for them all to hear. Thus under the neem tree, the beggar sat up and sat. Okay, sat means took a deep breath. So for Ravi need not to explain again that I cannot give you anything and you go away from here, because it was very clear sound coming from the house that Rukumani is telling, I am fed up with him, please tell him to go away from here. So a beggar took a deep breath and tried to take a little rest. I'll go, he said verily. With a lot of worries, he said, I will go. Only let me have a rest here under this tree. So let me take a little rest under this tree. The sun is so hot. The tar has melted on the road. The tar has means water is melted on the road. It is very hot. My feet are already blistered. Blistered means little bit blood is coming from his leg because he is not having chappals. He is not wearing chappals. He stretched out his feet to show large pink peeling blisters on the soles of his bare feet. Blisters means boils, bubbles on the skin from burns or rubbing. Okay? When we don't wear chappals in the hot sun, how our feet becomes, no? The blister, little bit bleeding is there, like boils come in our leg. Okay? So poor beggar also was telling that there is so hot, so if you don't give me food, please allow me to take a little rest here. So he is taking a little rest there. So today we can complete till here. You can read the whatever we have learned in our today's lecture. Have a good day. Thank you.